Hey, this is Schuyler from themixingprocess.com, and today I want to highlight a really common misconception about mixing audio that probably a lot of people who have no idea about mixing have, but also some techs who stand behind consoles. And the idea is that all a tech does is stand at the back of the room in the dark and make sure the mics are turned on and turned up loud enough. That's pretty much it. And this mindset really bothers me because I often see techs set levels for things at the beginning of an event when it's first starting, and then throughout the event and then to the end, they aren't really mixing anything. They aren't really doing much in terms of balancing the levels that are going on. And I call this a set it and forget it mentality in mixing. And the key to understanding why this is problematic is to understand that music is not static. It's constantly moving and changing, and every instrument is in a constant give-take relationship with all the other instruments on stage. They're not in a vacuum by themselves. They're always interacting and changing depending on what else is going on stage. And the mix should reflect this. So it's impossible to have the mix reflecting the constant changes of the music and also stand behind a console and not really mix and blend and do anything with the faders or any of the other tools you have on the console. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that every second of every minute of every show, every engineer should be constantly adjusting and tweaking and, making changes to things. In fact, if you were to watch me mix behind a console, unless there's something terribly wrong, I'm probably standing back there with my hands on the main group faders, just kind of following the rhythm of the music and the story that the band is playing through their music. And this is an active habit. My brain is constantly evaluating, can I hear this instrument? Can I hear that instrument over there? Is what I'm seeing on stage matching what I'm hearing in my ears, if that makes sense? So if I see the electric guitarist playing this really cool riff, but I can't hear him, that shows me that there's something in my mix that's not lined up with what I'm seeing, with what's happening on stage. So it's an active, constant evaluation of, what's going on stage, and does the mix accurately reflect that? And like I just said, it's impossible to just kind of stand there and not ever make any changes, not blend and mix things when music is constantly changing and flowing in that. So the band and the audio tech are really then on the same team. The band is trying to tell a story and to take the audience on a journey with their music. And the audio tech's job is to make sure that that message is translated correctly from the time that the musician plays the note to the time that the audience hears it in the PA. Now, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in that process. Mics can, add or subtract frequencies from the source. It can kind of change the tone. It can change the compression. It can do all these different things. There's a lot of different things that can change over that time period. And so our job as the tech is to make sure, again, that what the musician tried to articulate is actually being conveyed accurately to the audience. And you can't do that by mixing passively. And that's kind of why this is a little bit of a pet peeve for me. When I see somebody kind of just set levels and then just kind of forget about it, it's not going to articulate through the whole event correctly to the audience. And there's going to be a lot of things that the band tries to convey musically that's just not going to make it to the speakers and get translated to the audience correctly, if that makes sense. So hopefully this perspective kind of gives you something to think about when you're behind a console and mixing. hopefully it helps you evaluate what's going on and be more aware of making sure that your mix is accurately portraying what's actually trying to be communicated by the musicians on stage. It's our job to help them tell that story as best as they possibly can. If you're new to this mixing thing, I have a guide on my website called the 7-step mix. And this guide will walk you through the 7 steps that I take in every single mix that I do. It'll give you a great systematic, consistent approach to your mixing to give you great, consistent, quick results. So I'd encourage you to go give that a download. It's completely free for you, so you have nothing to lose. And I think it'll really help get you the results in your mix that you're looking for. And as always, if you have any questions about this topic or any other topics in mixing, you can leave comments in the comment section below, or you can actually go to my website and contact me directly from there. I love to have a conversation with you and help you with any challenge that you may be having. So until then, until I get that message from you, go be great at what you do. Go be a great mixing engineer. Call me if you need help. Thanks for watching.